strikes me, Prime Minister, that when you were in charge as Crimea was being annexed, that truth wasn't being told, and certainly wasn't being told directly enough to President Putin. In fact, you said that the problem, quote, I'm quoting you now, the problem is that after Putin committed this international crime with the land grab of Ukraine, he didn't pay the real price. What do you think the real price should have been to deter this incoming invasion?
Well, let's be frank. The sanctions that have been imposed were not enough. Because look at the stance of the Russian economy and of the Russian military. They upgraded their military in the last 8 years. Look at the forex reserves of the Russian Federation. It's more than 700 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Look at these so-called welfare funds of Russia. It's quadrupled in the last 8 years. And Putin is not isolated. At the initial stage, we all expected that the Western world will show very strong stance against Putin and that Putin will really pay the price. But the reality is completely different on the ground. And that's the reason why it is happening right now.
Why do you think that is? Why is the reality so different from what needed to happen? That sounds like weakness on the part of perhaps current or previous Western leaders.
Well, because, it's different to compete for democracy with authoritarian regime. Because democracy always has the rules, protocols, engagement, unity, everyone to be on the same page. We need to find consensus in the European Union and NATO. And there are different interests among different EU member states and different political forces, experts, even some representatives of media. They are supported by the Russian cash and by the Russian government, actually. So the reason is very clear. Strong political will is needed for the free world to defend our values. That's an issue. Don't be scared of Putin. Because he has the gut feeling those who are scared, they are weak. Those who lean back will be crushed. That's his modus operandi. And those who are strong, he is to talk. And he is to lean back.
Of British troops who have been in Ukraine since around 2014 leaving over the course of the next few hours as this threat of invasion grows. Is that enough support, or is that support literally leaving?
Well, the UK government and the US government, you work under your protocols. And the President of the United States was very clear that neither the US nor the UK isn't ready to send military boots on the Ukrainian ground. But what happened? Both the UK and the US, you shipped plenty of lethal weapon to Ukraine. And you are doing, guys, your job, okay? First, the US is a flagship in uniting the free world against Putin aggression. You are ready to impose severe sanctions. You ship and deliver lethal weapon to Ukraine. You are ready to support financially Ukraine. So, because this is not just the war between Russia and Ukraine. He is challenging you. He is challenging the free world. And he committed a number of crimes on your sovereign soil, starting with the Salisbury and ending with the cyber attacks, and not only.
Absolutely right. And I think I don't know whether you've seen the comments of our Defence Secretary, Ben Wallace, over the course of the last few hours, having left Moscow, where he's been having talks with Russian senior military officials. His view is that there is the whiff of Munich, that for too long there has been an attempt at appeasement, in effect, by some European countries, and that the time for talking may now be over. Do you think that there has been too much appeasement of President Putin by the West, and possibly Britain specifically?
Well, the approach that has been made right now, it's a kind of comprehensive approach. On the one hand, French and Germans, they try, I believe, not to appease, because the world has to draw the lessons out of this notorious Munich deal, disastrous Munich deal. But they try to talk, to have some kind of debate with President Putin. On the other hand, Americans and Brits, they unfolded and declassified an intelligence information. And sir, I will tell you, this is one of the greatest informational deterrence war against Russia that was launched by the free world. They disclosed and unfolded the truth. That's what Putin didn't expect. This is completely different scenario that happened in 2014. So my take is that, look, Putin already did it in 2014 when he lied to the entire world, saying that this is not our troops in Crimea. They were with no insignias, completely the same as the footage right now aired in the internet. That's the troops that it amassed at the Ukrainian-Russian border. And only in half a year, he recognized that he, as the Russian president, personally ordered to invade and to annex Crimea. So right now, the Western world is doing the right thing. You are telling the truth to the world. And this is another preemptive, I would say, operation.